What up, YouTube? It is your boy, All About The Sneakerz, back with another unboxing and review video for you guys. Now today, as you can tell from the thumbnail as well as the title of the video, that is correct, guys, we're unboxing the Air Jordan 13 French Blue. Now, this isn't the first time that we've heard the term French blue for a sneaker colorway of the Air Jordan lineup. Back in the day, Jordan Brand did release an Air Jordan 12 French blue as well. Now that color has been shifted over to the 13, and I don't think it's a bad look at all. Very clean sneaker. Now, this sneaker didn't happen to be on my radar, but after images, I decided to enter for a raffle, and bam, I did hit. Big ups to Hibbett Sports for the W on this one. And on that note, I decided to go ahead and grab this sneaker just to see it in person, see how good it was looking or bad it was looking, and to bring this unboxing and review to you guys. Now, I did decide to go ahead and keep this sneaker because it is so fire in my opinion. I didn't expect that. At first, I was a little bit shifted by the gray toe. Now, I know there was an Air Jordan 12 gray toe, which has sort of a burgundy red sort of look to it in place of the blue that we get on this sneaker. Back before I jumped back into the sneaker game, that one did release, and I did not know anything about that sneaker until probably about a year or two ago. And I know some people like that sneaker a lot. However, I was not a fan of the gray on the toe. It just threw it off to me. It looked out of place, and that is the same way that I felt about this sneaker until I got it in hand. So for anyone who may be feeling the same way about this shoe, you're not feeling the gray on the toe or something is just off about it or out of place, you may want to get this one in hand because it does make a world of a difference than what you see on images. However, guys, if you're new to the channel or if you're not, make sure you smash that like, subscribe, and share button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on future release videos. Now, I did also want to point out another thing about this sneaker in comparison to other Air Jordan sneakers, one being the Air Jordan 3 True Blue. Now, a lot of people are comparing this shoe to that shoe because of the colorway. We have white, we have blue, we have some gray as well as red, a hint of red at that. And this shoe does shape up to be almost a variant of the Air Jordan 3 True Blue, I have to admit it. Although on this sneaker we get French blue instead of True Blue. Not sure of the differences in the color there. It is a sort of a different hue of blue, but they're very similar. And another shoe people are comparing this one to is the Air Jordan 13 Flint, which is an OG Air Jordan 13. I'm sure several sneakerheads will pick the Flint over these. However, this one has a little bit of a different color blocking and some different materials, as we have leather on this shoe and we had mesh on that one. I did want to pull out the physical Flint, but hey man, I got those stored away in the collection, so really didn't want to go digging for it. The Flint does have a very similar colorway, different color blocking, and again, different materials. Now, personally, I'm feeling this sneaker slightly more than the Flint, and I know that's controversial. I love the 3M on the shoes, but for some reason, the mesh on that compared to the leather on this, being that the mesh is navy and the leather is white, this one just has a more clean look, a crisp look per se, in my opinion. Not to say the Flint isn't a dope shoe, because it is definitely fire. It's an OG and I have it in the collection, but that doesn't justify that some of the sneakers that drop in the present and in the future can't be considered a better colorway in some people's opinion. I personally happen to like the blue on this one better than navy, and I'm a fan of navy, but for some reason this French blue just has sort of a nice, vibrant, less deep blue than what we get on navy, and I'm feeling it a lot. However, guys, enough rambling about that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, guys, here we have the box, the OG Air Jordan 13 box, silver box with the red Jumpman on top, smack dab in the center in that circular area. And on one side of the box, we have our size sticker. And the box reads Air Jordan 13 Retro. The colorway is white, fire red, French blue. This is a men's US size 10, personal size for me in the Air Jordan. And the suggested retail price is $200 US. Now, it doesn't seem like we're getting the suggested retail price on the boxes anymore, at least here in the US. So, hey, it is what it is. The $200 US, pretty steep, which is why I think this sneaker was slightly downplayed by the community, as well as we've been seeing a slew of Air Jordans just sitting in stores, online, you name it. Primarily, I'm believing it's because of that price point. And although we're talking $10, when you're picking up multiple sneakers, that does add up. But speaking of sitting, guys, this one did release yesterday as to when I'm getting this video recorded, and hopefully I'll have it up to date, which is day 2 after the release, and these are still sitting on Sneakerz app. As you can see right here, French Blue Air Jordan, $200 price point. If you click on that price, you will see sizes available. As you can see right here, a lot of the smaller sizes are still available. Looks like a 10.5 is the only one that's out in the mid-range sizes, and going up to big sizes, a lot are still available, guys. The bigger sizes, super big, gigantic sizes, yeah, those are out, but as you can see, tons of them still available. This is day 2. If you want them, go get them now. But I do expect these to sit around a little bit longer because it's an Air Jordan 13 and there's so much other stuff dropping in between. But Air Jordan 13s have been sitting for quite some time now, so they don't get the love, I guess you could say, that I feel they deserve. But who am I to judge? I got my pair, and that's all that matters. However, let's see what we have under the lid. All right, flipping the lid up on this one, as you can see, we just have our standard white underneath. And let me get my receipt out of the way. Flipping the tissue paper up, we have our standard off-white tissue paper. And let's go ahead and get the shoe out. And there we have it, guys, the Air Jordan 13 True Blue, French Blue. the Air Jordan 13 Flint Blue, yeah, French Blue. That's the name of it. However, a very clean sneaker, guys. So glad to have this one in the collection. Let's go ahead and do a quick 360 on it. Man, getting a little mixed up on those names there. Jordan brand, there's so many blue and white and gray sneakers. It's kind of blending together. However, it is a good look, so I give you kudos for that. It's a nice blend of colors, a nice complementary color palette, and hey man, I'm digging it, so let's dive into it. Taking a close-up look at this one, as you can see, guys, we do have white here on these pods. These will get dirty since they are white and not a darker color, so be prepared for that. Also, as you can see, we get a little bit of gray going around here on our outsole, which I think is very dope, having gray on the outsole instead of white or black. Blue wouldn't have been a bad look, but the gray, I'm feeling it. And moving on up to our midsole here, as well as this mud guard that wraps all the way around here to the heel. We do get that nice blue suede, very nice clean blue, French blue, digging that color a lot, very vibrant, and the suede feels pretty premium. On up to our upper panel here, we do get some white tumbled leather, very nice, which is pretty traditional to what we've been getting on the Air Jordan 13. Got some nice wrinkling going on, and I don't think it's bad leather at all. Moving on up here to the toe, a little bit more stiff, but as I always mention, the shoe does hold its form. There's probably a cup or something in here to keep this leather stiffer, so I'm not knocking it one bit. We do have that gray leather on the toe, which is also tumbled as well, and I think it's a nice look, especially having these in hand. Just looking at the shoe overall in general, giving me Dallas Cowboy kind of vibes, with the exception of French blue versus navy blue, but still, if you were to throw a jersey or something on with these, it will blend perfectly fine, I'm pretty sure. Right there, we also have our Jordan and 23 hologram, cat eye, whatever you want to call that, very nice and so iconic, digging it a lot. But guys, other than that, there's not much to go over on the lateral side of the Air Jordan 13. Moving along. Taking a look at the medial side, we get a very similar look as we got on the lateral side, just a different shape where we get a lot more suede on the medial side than we got on the lateral, and a little less leather. But here we do have our carbon fiber plate, which we'll go over here shortly on the outsole, which is visible from the medial side, so I thought I'd point it out. Black carbon fiber with some white speckles. However, other than that, that pretty much wraps it up for the medial side of the shoe. Moving along. Taking a look at the shoe from the top down, as you can see, that white going around our outsole, that gray toe, tumbled leather going up the top of the shoe. We get a French blue Jordan tab here with white text, very, very clean. And of course, we have to flip that tab down and show you the Roman numeral 13 in white as well. Such a nice contrast on that tab, digging it a lot. We have white perforated leather going up the tongue, white rope laces in place, and on up to the top of the tongue, we do get a red stitch Jumpman in that fire red color. Very nice, very contrasting to the tongue, digging it a lot, as it does blend well with the gray and the blue, gives it almost Americana vibes or American-like vibes, patriotic vibes, true blue blue vibes. You get the point. Digging it a lot. Moving along. Taking a look at the shoe from the back. Gray on our outsole, white midsole, as well as we get that French blue suede on our midsole, and we have that going up the back as well. Very clean. You can see the white leather wrapping around each side, and we do get that satin-like mesh here going around our sock liner that does come up to the Achilles heel area of the shoe. White on the sock liner, guys, that will get dirty. Be prepared, but it is what it is, and it still gives the shoe a clean look overall. Digging this one from the rear view. However, that pretty much wraps it up. Moving along. All right, guys, onto the interior of the shoe. As you can see, it is tough to see inside of there, but again, we do get that white sock liner. Again, that will get dirty, as well as we get that same material here in white on the back of the tongue, which is also slightly visible peeking over the top of the tongue. Just thought I'd point that out. However, we do get a French blue insole with the white Jumpman, as well as we have our size sticker. On the back of the tongue, we get our size tag, and we also have a cardboard shoe tree inside. But that pretty much wraps it up for the interior. Moving along. Last but not least, onto the outsole of the shoe. A very clean outsole in my opinion, as we do have those paw-like prints for the Panther. Very, very nice. White pods up front with the herringbone traction. French blue going in between there. All gray primarily going around the outsole and the center portion of the shoe. More white pods here in the back with that herringbone traction and a little bit more of that French blue. And right there smack dab in the center, we do get that black carbon fiber plate with those white specks on it. Very, very nice. And then we also get our second cat eye, which is also another hologram, just a little bit different than the other one, which we're accustomed to seeing this on the Air Jordan 13. And this one is in a red color with a black Jumpman, so very clean that they just threw that on there, changed it up. It could have easily given us a blue one, but they put red on there to match with that hint of red here on the tongue. Such a dope look overall for the outsole, but this will get dirty, guys, so be prepared to wear your sole protectors if you have them. If not, you may want to order some for this one because, again, this one will get dirty. However, that pretty much wraps it up. Moving along. All right, guys, once again, you just saw it right here on All About the Sneakers, the Air Jordan 13 French Blue, a very clean 13, man. Hey, if you like this one, go ahead and cop it now as it is still available. And that doesn't just go for sneakers, guys. They are sitting pretty much everywhere online, multiple retailers. Also, you can probably walk into some of your foot sites in the stores and see them sitting on shelves as well. So, hey, go cop them while you can. This experience that we're experiencing right now with sneakers sitting is not gonna last forever. There's always waves and there's always different trends and different things, such as what's going on in the economy that changes up the pace of how things sell, or even the hype factor of it. But eventually, history repeats itself and things get back on track. But for now, I'm gonna say this is on track because sneakers are available and you can get them at your own will without having to worry about bots and resell. No jabs or blows thrown at resellers. Hey man, it is a business and I don't condone anyone for doing what they need to do to make money, as long as it's legal. However, just being a consumer in general and thinking about other consumers and how hard it is for people to get sneakers and not everyone having a lot of money, sometimes resale prices can be a bit up there. I'm not gonna cap, we all know. So hey, I'm pretty happy to see people able to get sneakers again for retail. However, guys, comment below and let me know if you're going after this one, if you pass, if there's so much other stuff dropping that this was just not on your radar, you can live without it, or if, hey man, you liking this one better than the Flint, kind of like I do, or it shapes up to be a good variation to the Air Jordan 3 True Blue and you had to have it, comment below. I like to know all of that good stuff, guys. As you know, I'm always in the comments responding. But again, if you're new to the channel or if you're not, make sure you smash that like, subscribe, and share button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on future release videos. Now, when you get a chance, head over to IG and follow me at All About the Sneakers, spelled exactly the way it is here on the channel with the Z on the end instead of an S. I greatly appreciate it. That is also linked in the description, so give your boy a follow if you will. Please and thanks. However, guys, I do want to thank you all, as always, for rocking with your boy, because you know I rock with you guys 1000%. That was the Air Jordan 13 French Blue. However, that is all I have for you guys today on this episode. Until the next episode, keep keeping it all about the sneakers. Once again, it is your boy, All About the Sneakers, signing off. Until the next episode, I will catch you guys later. Salute, I'm out.